are, everybody. Welcome to the Visions Beyond Borders podcast. I'm your host, Dre. And today, this episode is going to be a little bit different. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Saturday, by the way. But as you guys can see, there's no guest. It's only just me this time because let's just say there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of trending stuff that I really want to, get my thoughts out on and stuff. And there's going to be more videos like this, and I'm probably going to talk about this in a guest video. But for now, I just want to stick to talking to what's been happening over the last few days, because it's been crazy. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start. I'll start with the small, minor things before I get into the main topic of this episode. But the first and foremost, let's just talk about Kanye or Ye. He has went on this little bit of a rant. So yesterday, so as of recording, this is February 8th, so February 7th and 6th, Kanye has been saying some controversial things. Like, he's been going on this, I don't even know what you want to call it, that rant or whatever, but he's going back to his, let's just say, the anti-Semitic ways, because I can't lie, I'm a Kanye fan, most definitely. I love his music, and I was always there to defend him, let's just say, but when it comes to things like this, it's just like, man, like, you really can't defend other people and what they say, if you know what I mean. I'm looking at this one Twitter post that I have up. This was 3 hours ago as of recording. It said, what schools are better, German schools or Jewish schools? And it's a picture of the movie Look Who's Back. I don't know anything about this, but he also, this is another thing to talk about. So at the inauguration, the 2025 presidential inauguration, where Elon Musk, it said that he did I want to be careful with my words here. Let's just say he did a Nazi sign, the hail. I'm not going to do it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And quick little tangent, but a lot of people are saying that that's due to his I believe he has Asperger's. If I even pronounced that right, I'm so sorry if I didn't. However, that's what people are saying. So I don't know. I really don't know why people want to bring this back, right? Like, I feel like people are evil just to be evil, let's just say. But back to Kanye. Yeah, so the reason why I call it a social experiment is because I seen a TikTok where it was someone putting up a tweet of Kanye where it said that everything was just a social experiment, and it was him saying like, oh, I love all types of people. Like, he was just saying that whole rampage he went on was all just a social experiment. But I can't really find the tweet myself, so if it was made up, then who knows? But it's just, wow, like, it keeps going. Kanye really said that men are the real abuse victims. Yeah, I don't know. Now, this is a crazy one. 4 hours ago, Kanye said, real grape is different than some attractive, incompetent bitch wearing tight-ass pants to work and keeping receipts to extort their boss someday. Now, what does that even mean, right? What are we doing? Like, we're in 2025, and we're off to a wild start. But, hey, listen, who knows? Kanye is... Like, this is what I thought, right? I remember when this whole thing started, and this was during the tweets where he was talking about Diddy and stuff. But I was just here like, Kanye always does this, right? Kanye will always disappear, come back, say stupid, crash out. We've all seen this before, and then he will drop an album. He's done this all the time. Go back to the Taylor incident, right? Almost, and even recently, like, for the Vultures drops before that, he was saying some wild things. So I'm not saying hear me out, but I'm saying who knows what this all is really. If this is really what he says, then I don't know. I feel like Kanye needs to have certain people around him, right? Like, if we think back to his better days, to say, like, he always just had the right people around him, right? Now it's just, if he's surrounded by, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of his new wife, right? God bless her and all that, but it's just like, even Kim's a bit questionable, but you could see the feelings. You could see, like, look at them and be like, damn, that's a couple. Like, they had 3 kids together. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, who knows? Let's move on, right? So speaking of, Kanye did actually end up going to the Grammys, and there was rumors that he actually got kicked out. Now, I say rumors because Kanye himself said that it was rumors, and he didn't actually get kicked out. I know Kai Cenat met him there, and there was the whole photo shoot incident, which I don't know. I like I I'm speechless, to be honest with you. I'm really speechless when it comes to that whole incident because I don't know. Like, you just the whole world just seen, like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, like that's his possession or anything, but like your wife, right? Your wife. Who knows? Who knows? Listen, we there's some crazy people out here. That's all we know. And Kanye is a genius, but he's a genius that knows he's a genius, and that's pretty dangerous. Moving on, let's go to the Grammys though, because Mr. Kendrick Lamar, K. Dot himself, he just did something. I don't know what he did, but he did something. That's the main topic for today's episode is Kendrick Lamar at the Grammys. And I'm also recording this, I believe, a day before the Super Bowl or during the Super Bowl. I don't even watch the Super Bowl. So, yeah, let me know which team y'all got winning and stuff. But that's besides the point. Kendrick went to the Grammys. He won 5 Grammys. So Kendrick went to the Grammys and he won in all categories, which Drake hasn't done, right? He won Record of the Year for Not Like Us, Song of the Year for Not Like Us, Best Music Video for Not Like Us, Best Rap Song for Not Like Us, and you won't believe the last one, Best Rap Performance, Not Like Us. So Kendrick won these, and when he was presented the award at the Grammys, he came out in a tuxedo, but it wasn't just any tuxedo. It was, again, this is another, here we go, another shot at Drake, right? Obviously, because Drake is Canadian, and Kendrick wore a Canadian tuxedo, specifically a Canadian tuxedo. Now, here's another thing I want to talk about. It's pretty ironic for the crowd to yell A minor when you have people like Jay-Z in the crowd, right? When you have all those celebrities who are known to be doing that shady business, all of a sudden, and y'all are out here yelling out A minor. Like, bro, Jay-Z, aren't you Diddy's right hand man? Weren't you there through everything? Weren't you at every single party? Didn't you host some of the parties? Listen, that's another rant. But point is, let's talk about everything leading up to this point, everything leading up to the win for Kendrick, and then we're also going to talk about what this means and how the impact it's had. But basically, let's take it all the way back, right? Because I don't think a lot of people seem to know that this Kendrick and Drake beef has been going on for a long time, and it really is a one-sided beef towards Kendrick. I wouldn't say that Drake was the first person to start it, but basically, so the earliest signs of a beef coming from Drake and Kendrick goes all the way back to 2013. There was a track from Big Sean called Control where Kendrick said, "I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you. Yeah, but I'm trying to murder you fellas." Right? So people took this verse, and a lot of people, I guess, take this verse and saw that Kendrick really doesn't mess with anyone within the rap industry. I also heard the other side where they're saying that Kendrick takes the rap industry like a game, right? Like, if you play sports, for example, and you're a competitive person, nothing's ever personal to you. You just want to win because you want to win, but it's nothing personal. So a lot of people were saying that that's Kendrick's whole character within the industry. But basically, Kendrick named a lot of people, J. Cole, Meek Mill, A$AP Rocky, and Drake, basically telling them, like, he respects them, but he's coming for the throne, basically. Now, during this time, this is when Drake dropped Nothing Was the Same, and basically, he didn't, like, feel threatened. That's what he said. He didn't feel threatened by Kendrick's lines. And then Drake also went on to throw jabs at Kendrick. Like, for example, in The Language, he says, "I don't know why they've been lying, but your shit is not that inspiring." Now, Drake never mentioned Kendrick by name, but in the 2013 BET Hip Hop Awards Cypher, Kendrick said nothing has been the same since they dropped Control. So who knows? This is the early start of everything. I know J. Cole is also included in some of this, but I actually don't know anything about that. I just want to start with Kendrick and Drake. But basically, let's move on. So 2017 comes around and Kendrick drops The Heart Part 4, where he says, "Tiptoeing around my name, brother, you lame." So maybe that's talking about, because Kendrick also talks about how Drake really sugarcoats stuff. He beats around the bush. He's never like uh, direct with his attacks. Let's just say, but Drake, he was also trying to he's trying to be like nonchalant, mysterious and all that. But for example, when Drake was beefing with Pusha T, and Pusha T's the story of Adidon. Sorry if I mispronounced that. When that dropped, Kendrick never involved himself with that, but many obviously many will believe that Kendrick saw that and is going to be like, wow, I can use that against you now. Now, fast forward to 2024. Yes, 2024. Like, can I just say this first? 2024 had to have been one of the best years for music. A lot of people don't seem to agree with that. Maybe at least for rap, the hip hop. It was a really good year because we got albums like We Don't Trust You. Now, We Don't Trust You, very, very good album. Now, I'm a very big fan of the deluxe version. Not saying it's better. I'm just saying I really like listening to that one. But We Don't Trust You comes out, and it was a very, very, like, this album started a fire. Basically started a fire. Because a lot of people don't know that all the song names were actually, I believe, like in versions of Drake songs, if I'm correct. I'm going to say some so you guys get what I mean. For example, Slime You Out. And then on We Don't Trust You, we have Slimed In. Drake for This Thing. We Don't Trust You, Claustrophobic. Trust Issues from Drake. We Don't Trust You, obviously. We even look, Treacherous Twins. Where's My Twin at? A Night Off, Everyday Hustle. I Don't Give a Fuck. What the fuck you mean? Right? So this album was just just went at Drake. I don't know if that was the whole purpose of it, but basically Kendrick goes on like that, and oh my goodness, that had to have been like, can we just be honest that this beef matches up? I'm not saying it's more eventful or anything, but this is the same Tupac Biggie level stuff. Like, Kendrick goes on we on like that. Sorry about that. And he said many things, many things. So if you guys don't know, For All the Dogs, first person shooter, Kendrick was actually asked to be on it, but I'm guessing obviously he denied. But J. Cole said something along the lines of him, Drake, and Kendrick are the big three, like they just started the league. Kendrick goes on like that and says, F the big three, it's just big me. So Kendrick showed no signs of being mysterious with his attacks. He went right at Drake and showed no signs of stopping, right? But basically, Drake did not waste any time firing back. He dropped Family Matters. Now, Family Matters is a really good song. I can be honest. It's a really good song. I still listen to it. I remember when that dropped and I heard everything, it was just like, damn. Like, Kendrick has to respond to that. That was like, what, 3 songs in one, if I'm correct? But Kendrick came back. Kendrick came back with Euphoria. Now, if you guys don't know, Euphoria is actually symbolism, I'm guessing, for the show Euphoria that Drake produced. Now, also, what is the show Euphoria about? It's about teenagers getting under the influence and stuff. Now, I have to emphasize teenagers because there's also signs of Drake being some type of predator. I didn't say it. Listen, just go through it all. You guys go through it all. I'm not saying because I really don't know. And to be honest, I really don't care. If anything, all of these rappers are weird, right? So basically, Euphoria comes out and Kendrick made a lot of hints at Drake and his predatory behaviors. Sorry if I'm like slow with my talking. I'm really trying to like use the right words. I don't want to say something and then, But then, not only did Euphoria come out, but then Not Like Us drops. And beautiful song. It's a masterpiece. Now, even the cover of it, the fact that like it's Drake's house with the registry thing. Oh my, like, I don't know how to describe it. Not Like Us comes out, right? Kendrick makes a lot of hints that Drake has a ghostwriter and all this stuff. And it's just a lot. It's a lot to take in. You just had to be there to witness it. You had to be there on those nights where all these songs dropped. Because if you didn't, then Sounds stupid. Sounds stupid. But then Meet the Grams comes out. Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams, like you listen to that song once and you never listen to it again. Because when you listen to that song, you're not even listening to it, you're hearing it. You just like listen to those lyrics. You can't sit there and vibe, bop your head to it. You can't do none of that. You just can't, to be honest. Because you listen to that, it literally sounds like a homicide. Like it's like some YNW Melly murder on my mind stuff. Because Kendrick just when you think Kendrick can't go any like lower to attack Drake or more personal, let's just say, he will go more personal, going at his son, going at his dad. Which, hey, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Drake probably doesn't have another child out there. I think it's just common logic that these rappers, you never know, is all I'm saying. You never know. Again, it's none of my business. It's definitely none of your business unless you are Drake watching this. But let's move on. So 2025 Grammys comes out. Kendrick wins, tuxedo, all that stuff. Then Drake goes out to perform and he's wearing a fit and it's like a sweater with like bullet holes in the back and smoke coming out. First off, tough fit, very good fit. It was. I'm just gonna say it's hard as hell. It's hard as hell. I just have to be honest. But he comes out, and I don't think he made any direct, shots at Kendrick during the whole concert. But that happens, and people are saying, it's showing that he's just getting cooked. He's getting grilled by everyone in the rap game. But basically, that's everything that's kind of happened up until now. Now, where does this leave us, right? Obviously, we know that Kendrick is going to drop another album. GNX came out, and beautiful album. By the way, go to my personal channel, The Book of Dre. Go watch my Reincarnated video. You guys could just see it somewhere up here. But basically, this leaves us, because Kendrick said he's going to drop another album. Will this beef continue? Who knows? Now, I do also know that Kendrick is coming to Toronto with SZA, which is also another crazy thing that people don't realize. Because Drake and SZA, I don't know if they had something going on. I'm gonna be honest. I heard a lot that they had something going on, but SZA did do "Slime You Out" with Drake, right? So it's like Kendrick bringing SZA Toronto. You guys get what I'm saying? Now, it's funny though because a lot of people like Top 5, who's a Toronto-based artist, was talking like, "Oh, Kendrick, like you got to watch your back when you're over here." So who knows what's going to happen, and who knows if this beef will lead up into something like that. All right. Now, God forbid it doesn't. All right. Let's just keep this to the music, guys. Let's just keep this to the music. But again, that's basically where this leaves us right now on this whole Kendrick, on this whole Drake, and on everything. So now the last thing I want to get my thoughts on about is definitely the Luka and Anthony Davis trade. Because I'm going to be honest, right? Ever since maybe 2022, maybe 2023, I have not been caught up. I have not been watching the NBA. To be honest, it's like I'm more of a old head. I'm going to be honest. I'm more of an old head. I really love like old basketball. So I don't really like the new basketball, basically. I still think Jordan is the GOAT. Stop typing. Stop. Jordan is the GOAT. Whatever. And the fact that the NBA is turning into a 2K My League team. 2K My League. Because these trades, like, that's also another reason why I haven't been watching. Because one day I'm seeing a star player on this team, and then the next day they're on this team. You know what I mean? It's like it's so much to keep up with. But Luka and Anthony Davis, I just want to know. A lot of people don't seem to understand, right? Like they look at this trade, right? They're like, AD and Kyrie are gonna be in Dallas, and then Luka, Braun are gonna be in LA. But also, Dallas, I'm not really even caught up with their roster. I don't know. I hope they have some young stars. I believe they do have some young stars. So maybe this trade was designed to, let's bring these veterans in to, show the youngins how this league works, how to win, and how all that. Because again, at the end of the day, both of them has had a championship experience, so they can bring a lot to the table in that sense. But let's go to LA now. In LA, you have Braun and Luka. Braun can play any position, and Braun makes his teammates better, right? Top assist, Braun could pass. And you have someone like Luka who's a scorer. I don't see how they can't win. but also you have Bronny, right? A lot of people don't seem to say that. They're all like, oh, you're I believe they're saying LA, they're not focusing on the future, or they're not focusing on this, they're not focusing on that. But Luka's young, yeah, but Bronny is also young. So if Bronny is getting brought up with Luka and his father on the team, then the level, like, he almost has all the keys. Like, he has the keys to be great. He has the keys to be the greatest, right? And I believe that maybe that's what LA saw with this whole trade. Listen, I don't know. Let's just see how the season turns out. We'll watch this back, see how everything turns out. But this has to be the craziest trade deadline. I know there was so many trades. But now, speaking of greats, right? This is gonna be like completely off topic, but I do want to talk about this. Uh, Marcus Jordan gets arrested. Marcus Jordan, the son of Michael Jordan, got arrested because I believe it is a DUI charge, but the body cam footage is so funny. It is so funny because the whole entire interaction with the officer and Mr. Marcus Jordan is Marcus Jordan just bringing up his dad. Anyway, so I have the interaction pulled up right here, and it is so funny because during the whole interrogation interaction, first off, how do you even end your car up in this position on these train tracks, right? You have to be under the influence. And you're not even on, you're below the influence. Because how do you do that, right? Not to mention expensive car. But literally Marcus Jordan, right? He's in the driver's seat. He hops out like to go talk to the officers, and he's literally stumbling. He's falling. He keeps telling them, yo, let's just push the car off the train tracks. And they're like, yo, like, you can't. You're buried. There's no way you can move this. We have to call a tow truck. The funniest part is that when they ask him like who he is, he's like, oh, I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm son of Michael Jordan. And then the officer is like, oh, really? And he's like, he starts getting mad. He's like, oh, so you don't know who I am? Stop playing stupid. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Like, and even when he was in the back of the cruiser and was getting brought to the station, he keeps saying, oh, stop playing stupid. You know who I am. You know who I am. So very, very, very funny thing in general. Like, in general, I was watching it and it's so funny. Honestly, listen, I'm not in any position to talk on how people raise their children. But MJ's kids, Braun's kids, like there's a very big difference right now. Obviously, it's none of my business why they ended up the way they are. People are people. But Marcus Jordan, this isn't the first time he's had a run-in with law enforcement, which is very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. He also dated Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, who's also a Syrian, by the way. I hate that it's one of my own. But listen, I believe that's everything I wanted to cover today. If you guys like this type of setup and this type of episode, I will definitely make sure to do more of them. I just want to do this so I can get more episodes out to y'all, because I don't want to rely on people and stuff. They're definitely going to come, but if they're not and there's stuff trending I want to talk about, I'm definitely just going to, hop in front of the camera and do it. So make sure y'all go subscribe to my personal channel, The Book of Dre, and go follow my Twitch, follow all that good stuff, and may God be with you all.